First play from scrimmage. Here's Murray.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
Boye Mafe able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
So an early wake-up call there leads to a quick 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Murray. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he gets... Shy of the 40, down at the 39.
A gain of 18 on the play. And the Cardinal first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Murray now to throw. This will be caught once again by Brown. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
They'll fake it to counter. Now Murray. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Troy McBride, the target on that throw, and it's 3rd down and 2. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. Who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league in converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. Throwing on 1st down is Murray. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Easily one of the most exciting player-team fits from last year's draft. Rondale Moore brought his brand of electricity to the Cardinals offense as a rookie. And he'll have an even bigger role in that offense this season and should easily top his 435 yards of 2021. He gets Arizona 1st down with that catch.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
On 1st and 10 is counter. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Murray. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6. Now make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they got to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
4th down, Murray off, and the Cards field goal unit and Matt Prater out there now.
And this will be a 45-yard attempt. Prater's kick is good. And the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0.
And all in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well, so your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
Three and a half to go, first quarter. On play action, Love to throw.
The defense gets a hand on it, but he still grabs it.
They'll wind up with 3 yards out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Well, sure looked pretty coming off of his hand, but sometimes you might have to take a little bit off of it. That one looked a little too hard to handle.
Yeah, but off the tip, hey, they still got the catch, right?
It's amazing, isn't it? Even when it goes wrong, it turns out right.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Ultra.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. And the Cardinals are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
The drive will start with counter, and not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Here's Murray from midfield. A dump off now to Hill.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Murray now on first down. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got a bike cut. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Murray. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Had an upper man that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, Farmer?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing again, Murray. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Prater's kick is good, and that will make it 6-0. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
So a couple of field goals now. 6-0 our score as the kick's away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
And still in the first half here, a long way to go. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
On 3rd down, Love. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 6-0 our score after 1. They'll run for it. It's Walker. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. Murray a give. This is Connor. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Murray. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half, because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series, before you get out there, hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. From the gun, Murray. And this This is going to be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
Fourth down, Murray off, and the Cards field goal unit and Matt Prater out there now.
This from 44 yards out, left hash. Prater's kick is good.
So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
But it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Love looking to throw it. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. He's got a man, complete.
And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line.
It's a big play there for Seattle. 52 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
On 1st and 10, Love. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
The Seahawks in a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they've come in on a nice run of recent form. 4 wins out of 5.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
On 3rd down, here's Walker.
And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3.
Throwing. Love. Toward the sideline. He will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. It's a gain of 4 that time. And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to give them a little bit of credit for fortitude there. 4th and inches, and they don't run the football. Normally, you just wedge your way through, fall forward, find the yardage. They took a shot and put it in the air, and it paid off.
Maybe they saw the defense overcommitting.
A lot of confidence there, though, because even if they overcommit, you just want to make sure you get the first down. You throw an incompletion on 4th down there, they're going to second-guess you the rest of the game.
Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Again, Walker.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
And, Brandon, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
Down. Striker, 3-3. Right through. Set.
They'll try and run for it. And not only will he not get in, he's going to lose yardage. They stuff him back at the 4. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And this Cardinal defense comes up with a goal line stand. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Murray on the move, and he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Murray. And pass complete to Moore. Just a gain of a couple there. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Now Murray. Again, he finds Moore. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Murray and company going for it on 4th. That's complete to McBride. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it, and it'll be a turnover on downs. A 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A kicker fest so far. All points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here.
They give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
50 Fury.
On 2nd down, it's Walker. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Kenneth Walker, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is down to 2. Touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Taken at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation, either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Murray, he's going deep for Brown. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. This time they stay on the ground, and they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 42-yard line.
Ready.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And maybe a chance for a quick completion and then a long field goal try. We'll see. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
So instead of trailing into the lockers, they grab the lead with the clock reading all zeros before intermission.
I would love to go into the locker room with them because right now they're riding a nice wave, aren't they? They're feeling good about themselves. But I know the coach is going to be talking to about calming down, taking it easy. We've got a whole second half, but use the way we finished the first one to start the second.
So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports Halftime Report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
This offense set to begin the third quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 55 rushing yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. Love, they go play action now. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
Well, the best don't mind making tough throws, but that was a real difficult one right there. Out of the pocket, trying to beat double coverage. More times than not, that's going to end up as an incomplete pass, if not worse.
Off the play fake, Love. Man open, it's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. First target, first catch, and a first down. A give for Walker running right. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback laying on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football. Sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Option play, and they'll give to Walker. A solid stiff arm. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Remember, as they try to run the ball down here, Charles, this is the number 2 rush defense in the league.
So do you accept the challenge up front? Do you get your offensive line together, get your tight end in the ball game and say, I don't care that they're number 2. Let's go ahead and show them that we can run the ball anyway? Or do you do the best thing?
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Ken Walker with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Seahawks take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Myers connects on the PAT, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. And for the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change their thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now.
Murray going to throw. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
Boye Mafe picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking him.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been any. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return.
And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw now. Here's Love.
He's able to find Melton.
And he goes out right around the 39. His 2nd catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his 1st. And it'll bring up 3rd down now.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun, it's Walker.
And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the 1st.
101 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Boy, what would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Jordan Love ready on 1st down here.
Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 38.
Love's throw finds its target, Doubs.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. They go right back to him for 20 and a 1st.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Love now.
This one goes underneath to Walker. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
Completed out left to Doubs.
And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. From the left hash, this from 34. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So an improvement there as they widen their lead in this fourth quarter.
All right, partner, help me out with the math here. Make sure I am on point, because the way I see it, the other guys still need 2 touchdowns, but in addition, a 2-point conversion. So this is all about them playing perfect football from here on out.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. On play action, it's Murray. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score, because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. And he's got it. And the Cardinals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Hill is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page, because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. On the jet sweep, here comes Moore. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
This Seattle defense, they haven't broken yet. Coming up here on a 3rd and goal situation. Connor, boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now Murray's got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up on 4th and goal from the 4, and the Seahawks able to come up with a goal line stand. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Big stop on the turnover on downs to get the football back, and now it's just all about salting this one away.
Yeah, just slowly bleed the clock.
And now off to the races, down the right side. He's at the 30, 10, and all the way in, touchdown Seattle. And I think it's safe to say we won't call many touchdown passes longer than that this year, partner.
No, I would agree with that totally, and right now you're looking at an offensive coordinator. Conservative would not go next to his name. Risk taker, definitely, because he valued the opportunity to create a big play against what could have been disaster. They end up getting sacked and fumbling the ball in the shadow of their own goal line.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 2nd down.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're ahead of the chains now.
And Murray with a smart move there at the end of the play. Picks up the 1st down and then slides to the ground.
They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
Kenneth Murray in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Murray now to throw. Got him in. It's Brown.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Now, defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
And it'll be intercepted.
Tariq Woolen picks it. And the Seahawks are going to get the football back at their own 17.
Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball by understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Back to Walker on 1st down.
And not much doing. He'll get this only up to about the 36. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Ready, break.
And going right back to Walker.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. Here's Love. Pass complete across the formation to Melton. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Continuing to keep their foot on the gas, and it looks like they're just having fun out there. They're loose, they're free, and they're enjoying what the scoreboard looks like.
I'd have to say I agree with you totally. They're having a blast out there all game long. When they throw the football, they're picking up nice chunks of real estate, significant yardage on just about every throw that they make. And there's another one there, and they continue to have that fun that you just talked about.
Sticking with Walker on second down. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll try for the first with Walker. Has some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game.
Ready. Check pitch.
Up the middle, here's Walker. Brought down at the 20. So the victory here for Seattle. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all